why should we use this Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment, or TSIA? Well, there are many reasons. I could certainly share from experience. Go to the next slide. Thank you. That I've seen some incredible changes. But first of all, it's free. So there's no fees to use it. You don't get tied down to anything, and it is a self-paced tool for you to discover strengths and areas of opportunity in your district and schools. That's also not a test. It's not an evaluation. It's just a comprehensive tool that helps schools and districts identify and achieve health and learning goals that fit their priorities, capacity, and unique needs. You can engage with the tool at a level and pace that works for you. I've seen the benefits utilizing these as a program manager with the Alliance for a Healthier Generation over the past 5.5 years. And just more specifically, I can give you an example. I've been working with the core district team as a partner in San Diego USD just for the past year. But they've been using the TSIA district and school level additions for the last 3 years. And prior to that, they also used other healthier generation assessments. And it's really been beautiful to watch wellness coordinators at all of the schools, really understanding, enforcing, and improving upon local wellness policy and engaging in an evidence-based process to make those changes. And they know how to use the tools and resources available to them to make these incremental changes year over year. So for that many years, you could imagine so many changes have happened. Many schools have created Zen staff lounges and know how to use the gratitude practices and other relationship building activities. They're more physically active, they're eating healthier, they're utilizing over 60 community partners to support health and wellness. And the wellness coordinators report real tangible outcomes, citing improvements in staff well-being, student well-being, as well as overall school community and climate change. So positive changes in atmosphere, right? That and climate, school climate, that includes families as well. And you can see the growth throughout the years, and it is expressed very clearly and enthusiastically. I did get permission to share some of that information from the district lead with you today, just to give you an example of how well using this tool and these resources, as well as the resources of partners. So in this case, LACOE and OCDE, to help you to meet your health and learning goals. So we can go to the next slide. So, some of the other reasons you might want to use this is that, we know that school systems are increasingly recognized as the center of support in their communities. In addition to providing an education, good old academic, schools are called upon to meet families' childcare, social, emotional, physical, nutritional, and medical needs, as well as address the learning gaps that have resulted from school closures and remote learning. We also know that not all kids have equitable access to the resources they need to succeed. That racial discrimination continues to be an explicit factor in the systemic distribution of resources, and this leads to economic and educational disenfranchisement. And we also know that BIPOC communities disproportionately shoulder this burden. Healthier Generation, along with Kaiser Permanente, the USDA, the CDC, CASEL, and other expert consultants in the field, identified and responded to these critical needs to help equip schools with resources to support children and educators' physical, mental, and social emotional health. And as Mariam shared earlier, we do have an opportunity to maximize the use of these tools and processes as they align with the whole child approach. They also align with other evidence-based systems and frameworks such as MTSS and its essential components, and the California Community Schools Program Strategies, and LCAP goal requirements, just to name a few. And so, one of the things that, we can also help you assist you with is to really understand where that alignment occurs, which of course is going to help you to create some efficiencies. So we'll go to the next slide. Oh, we're already at the next slide. Thank you. See, it's up there. Okay. So why do we call it an integrated assessment? So what's really unique about this assessment is this deliberate design around coordination and collaboration. And when we think about the WISC model, like we just observed, that coordinating policies and practices and processes is in that middle circle surrounding the child in the middle. This is the ever elusive part of this whole child approach. District personnel often work in silos, because we have so much on our plates. And I can, speak with experience as a former district administrator, right? There's so much going on. And if you're working in a school building, school leader, teacher, being in education is very busy, right? There's a lot going on. So it's definitely a way for us to be able to create efficiencies, because to figure out where all of the crossover is and to try to determine a process around it is a project that we don't necessarily have time for. So now you have the practices and the process to help to create those efficiencies using the TSIA and hopefully the 6-step process that's provided for you. So let me explain a little bit more about this integrated piece. And we'll get into the dashboard in just a little bit to really show you what the assessment looks like. There are a variety of topic areas covered in the TSIA. For example, we have nutrition, health education, PE and physical activity, social emotional health, tobacco policy. But what you'll see shortly when we get into the action center is that these questions from each of these topic areas are repeated in multiple areas. Okay, but don't worry, you don't have to answer them multiple times. Once you answer it once, it'll populate wherever it is. But it's designed that way so that we can show you, for example, where best practices around nutrition are related to family engagement, or how nutrition workers can support health education by collaborating on nutrition education with teachers. And then we go further to have you see, I still say we, they, healthier generation, the assessment goes further to have 4 integrated topic areas. And those are reducing chronic absenteeism, addressing school discipline, fostering positive school climate and culture, and building staff capacity. And these areas don't even have their own questions per se, but they are made up of several questions from many areas, because we know, again, for example, that reducing chronic absenteeism happens when we provide quality school health services, when we feed students nutritious food and ensure that they get their meals, when we offer them physical activity in the morning to get them excited about coming to school, and when we tend to their social emotional health and help them feel safe at school. And this is what makes the TSIA unique and the only tool of its kind that truly shows you how to coordinate and collaborate to support many best practices at once.